Good morning, students. This is Dr. Dhairya Thakkar, DNB Medicine resident at PD Hinduja Hospital with a NEET PG rank of 4813 in 2020. So today's topic will be approach to thyroid enlargement or thyroid nodule. So thyroid nodules are extremely common in the general population with a prevalence of approximately 15 to 30%. Prevalence is found to be increasing with age. Thyroid nodules are 40% identified by the patient, 30% by the physician, and 30% incidentally discovered on imaging. Most of these nodules are asymptomatic. About 10% of the nodules are malignant, and most malignant nodules are asymptomatic as well. So the patient along with the thyroid nodule can have features of either hyperthyroidism or hypothyroidism. The features of hyperthyroidism are related to an increase in basal metabolic rate, which can be irritability, heat intolerance, anxiety, insomnia, weight loss. Features of hypothyroidism can be constipation, weight gain, and cold intolerance. So these are the typical examples of patient of hyperthyroidism and hypothyroidism. So the hyperthyroid patient will be slightly thinner with a higher metabolic rate and more activity. A hypothyroid patient will be fatter with a lower metabolic rate and a lethargic appearance. So on examination, if a patient presents to you with complaint of a thyroid mass, the first thing to do is inspection and palpation of the thyroid gland. So whether or not a mass is actually present or whether the thyroid gland is diffusely enlarged. Along with that, an attempt should be made to palpate the cervical lymph nodes. Then we ask the patient to swallow and we note if the nodule is found to be moving with swallowing. We also have to look for features of hyper or hypothyroidism. So hyperthyroid features such as tachycardia or hypothyroid features such as bradycardia might be present. The features indicative of high risk of malignancy on examination are a large nodule, a firm nodule, fixed nodule, and cervical lymphadenopathy or vocal cord palsy. So what is the common etiology of a thyroid mass? So a thyroid mass can either be a diffuse enlargement or a thyroid nodule. A diffuse enlargement can be due to infections such as suppurative or De Quervain's thyroiditis, or can be autoimmune such as Hashimoto's or Graves' thyroiditis. A thyroid nodule can either be congenital, benign, or malignant. Benign nodules can either be colloid nodules, thyroid adenomas, or toxic nodules. Colloid nodules can further be divided into solitary or multinodular goiter. Nodular hemorrhage is a special presentation of a colloid nodule, due to which there is bleeding into the nodule, causing severe tenderness and pain acutely in the thyroid gland. Toxic nodules are nodules which secrete thyroid hormone. They can be either solitary hot nodule or they can be a multinodular goiter. The patient also has features of hyperthyroidism. Thyroid malignancies are classically papillary, follicular, anaplastic, and medullary. Non-thyroid malignancies such as lymphomas and parathyroid tumors or metastasis from breast or liver can also be present in the thyroid gland. So how do you evaluate a patient? The first thing to send are thyroid function tests. So thyroid function tests indicate whether the patient is hyperthyroid or euthyroid/hypothyroid. If the patient is euthyroid or hypothyroid, that is the mass is not hormonally active, then we have to send the patient for an ultrasound. So the ultrasound shows a diffuse enlargement or a thyroid nodule. Ultrasound also indicates cervical lymphadenopathy. So these are the suspicious features on ultrasound which indicate a thyroid malignancy. Microcalcifications, irregular margins, hypoechoic lesions, wide lesions, and an absence of vascular halo or presence of intranodular vascularity. The next step to undergo is a fine needle aspirate. So a fine needle aspirate will guide further treatment based on Bethesda criteria, which I'll be explaining in the coming slides. CT scan or MRI can be done perioperatively to indicate the extent of a malignancy or to indicate any lymph node involvement. Thyroid scans are done if the mass is hormonally active, that is if the TFT here was indicative of a hyperthyroid lesion. So a thyroid scan indicates whether the thyroid gland is hyperactive due to a single nodule or is it diffusely active. So these are the indications for surgery, that is a symptomatic nodule, a nodule that is suspicious on FNA, a nodule that is causing cosmetic problems, and for definitive diagnosis if FNA is inconclusive. Surgery can be avoided if the patient has an asymptomatic small nodule or if there is a papillary carcinoma of less than 1.5 centimeters. So this is the Bethesda classification for fine needle aspirate of a thyroid gland. It divides the aspirate into 5 categories from 1 through 5, with 0 being a non-diagnostic or unsatisfactory aspirate that requires a repeat FNA. Benign lesions are categorized as grade 1 and require only follow-up. Grade 2 lesions are atypical lesions of undetermined significance which requires a repeat FNA. Grade 3 lesions are follicular neoplasms which require a surgical lobectomy. Grade 4 lesions are suspicious of malignancy, and grade 5 lesions are frankly malignant lesions, both of which require definitive surgery. So this is what we have learned today. A nodule that is discovered incidentally by the physician or by the patient, or if the thyroid gland is palpable, then we first undergo a history and general examination. Then we send the patient for an ultrasound and a thyroid function test. So if the TFT is indicative of a hyperthyroid picture, then there can be a diffuse involvement of the thyroid gland, which is called Graves' disease, for which treatment is antithyroid drugs and radioiodine. If there is a hyperthyroid picture with a nodular involvement, then we have to undergo radioiodine or surgery for the definitive treatment. If the mass is not hormonally active, that is, if it is a euthyroid or a hypothyroid mass, if it is less than 1 centimeters with no suspicious features, then we can undergo a follow-up. Or if it is larger than 1 centimeter or has suspicious features, or there are more than 1 nodules, then we have to undergo FNAC and further treatment as per the Bethesda criteria. Thank you. This has been Dr. Tharia. It was nice speaking to you, and I'll see you all soon.